Hey, welcome back to the show and gobble gobble with that Turkey Day coming up. So, in the spirit of gobble gobble, um, wanted to talk about thankfulness. Now, kind of goes hand in hand with gratitude a little bit, right? But I think sometimes it can be hard for people to, see what they're grateful for because I think that sometimes people can get stuck in their own view of, oh, this isn't going right, or I don't have that, or this and that. Therefore, everything is terrible, right? So, my challenge for you for this gobble day is I want you to try and open up a little bit. I want you to try and get some outside perspective. I want you to ask some other people, hey, what do you see that's good about me? What do you see, right? Not in an external validation kind of way necessarily, but sometimes it can be helpful to hear what other people have to say. It could be something we didn't even think about, right? Like we could be thinking about like, oh man, I don't have the job that I want. I don't have the relationship that I want. I don't have the whatever. All these things we can come up with that we don't have or that someone has more of or whatever. That's a stress trap. We're never going to get there. Okay, we're never going to get there. We have to make our own happiness. So, in that, realm of things, I want to talk about thankfulness. Now, I think that it's important to highlight that we're thankful for our recovery, right? I'm very thankful for my recovery. Without my recovery, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today in a lot of different areas. Okay, I honestly don't know where I would be if I wasn't in recovery today. Because I was at many, many forks in the road several times that could have led my life in a very different direction. So I'm very grateful for my recovery, grateful for my family, right? I'm grateful that I've been able to put in work, clean my side of the street, repair some of those relationships, rebuild some of that trust. And it's possible. We can do it. I've done it. Lots of other people have done it. It just takes putting in that work, right? Maybe we go through a set of steps because when we get to that amends point and we've been able to do our inventory and all this other stuff, we gain a much deeper insight of ourselves and how we've shown up in other relationships, and then we can make more meaningful amends, right? And remember, the amends, it's not for us, it's for them. All right, so when we do all that kind of stuff, we can start to see some changes in those areas, and some people might have zero reaction to our amends, and that's okay, right? Some people just might not be ready. Everyone heals in their own way. Everyone heals at their own pace, right? Some people maybe never heal at all. But we've done our part. We've been able to take it off our plate. We've been able to move on. And that's what is also important there. So, and I think also, I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for my brain. I was able to it sounds so weird, but I was able to come out of my addiction without doing too much serious harm. I mean, I have a pretty god awful memory, but you know, outside, I'm hoping when I hit year 10 that comes back, but we'll see. But I mean, outside of my memory, I'm still a creative, empathetic person. Um, and I'm also thankful for my personality, being able to take life a little less serious these days. It's been kind of a cornerstone of my own recovery because if I start taking everything way too seriously, how I did before, it's a stress trap. I end up, you know, putting myself through a lot more stress than I need, and that's a very triggering thing for me personally. Um, and yeah, I'm thankful for life, being in a place today where I can show up in this way and, do this podcast, right? Where I can help my clients, where I can, be a guide for my kids, right? Where I can, look my family in the eye, you know? So if there's any of these things that you feel like maybe you would like more of, right? don't let the mention of them be the beginning of a trigger for you. Don't let it be something where, oh, I feel frustrated because I don't have that. Or, oh, I'm going to push away more, isolate more because I'm mad or sad that I don't have that, right? Let that be a guide as to, oh, that's a place I want to get there, right? I want to learn more on how you got there. I want to know what tools helped you get to that place, right? So if we come about it from that perspective, it can be a great thing, you know? So I challenge you to try and write down some things that you're thankful for this holiday, And if there's some on there that you're missing, don't worry, we can get there, right? You just have to be open and willing to try some new things. And also to be okay with the fact, we can be okay when other people are not okay, right? We can still show up. We can still be there for them. We can still all those things, you know? And it's important to know that, the holidays are what we make them. So if we just try and focus our perspective on, I want to take a break. I want to have a nice meal, watch some football with my family, friends, my sober living, whoever it is, right? Just focus on that part of it and try to give yourself a break. You're already going through enough. We don't need to add to it with all this other stuff, but try to use that as a roadmap, right? Because, I started on day one, early recovery, just like everybody else. This stuff doesn't happen overnight. I'm about to hit 10 years in February of clean time, and that's been a journey, to say the least, right? So a lot of these things have taken time and hard work and everything, but we can allow them to be a guide for our future so that we can have new and brighter holidays in the future. And remember, lean on that person next to you, lean on that friend, that family member, that whomever it is, because we don't have to do this alone. We shouldn't do this alone. So remember, gratefulness, gratitude, thankfulness, all those things lead to just a better day, and we feel better about ourselves and feel better about our situation, and we put things in perspective as well. So I challenge you to try and take your perspective, switch it a little bit, see what happens. Try to see that brighter side of the road for a little bit. Try to know that you're going to get there through this hard work, because it does lead to better things. It just takes time. So be patient, give yourself a break, and lean on those fellowship activities. If you have nowhere else to turn and you feel lonely, isolated, whatever, lean on those fellowship activities. They're actually pretty fun. So, all right, thank you.